Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch this. You know who this is. It is Poetic Old Soul, and this is another episode of Let Me Lay It On You. I'm here in this early in the morning. What time is it? It is 8:36. I had a hard time sleeping. I just made a poetic video yesterday, and I was I was inspired by somebody to do this video because um basically it's about being a person such as myself who has these traits that I've had and has revealed to me back in 2011. And it was during the time that my mom was still alive. And it was just about a month and some change before she passed away. I remember this clearly. An old friend of mine revealed a trait or two about, who I am and why I feel the way I feel and the way I come off like I do. And this trait or two has held holds so deep in my heart. And I guess the reason why I have not revealed it on YouTube is because I didn't know if anybody would understand or feel where I'm coming from, or that they would misunderstand me. And that is like one of the biggest pet peeves as far as that goes. I don't like when people misunderstand me. Period. So even if a person has known me for hella years and they still misunderstand me, now that tells me that a kind of person like that don't know me, and they'll never know me. So the point of the matter is that what I am is what I am. No. I'm a person who is an empath, and also a person who is a highly sensitive person, also known as HSP. Two traits that are synonymous. And I'm going to break it down to you what an empath and a highly sensitive person is. I'm going to really break this shit down the best way I can because, like I said, this holds dear to my heart because that's what I am and that's who I am. I wear that at like a badge on my fucking arm and my chest. And I'm going to let people know, whoever carries this trait, that there's nothing wrong with having HSP. There's nothing wrong with being an empath. So let me lay it on you. I was told last night that I am too sensitive and that they don't want to feel like they are walking on eggshells. And it's funny though, I've been told that for years, for many, 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 many years. And I used to be very, very offended by that. And I think it's because of the fact that I'm like, how could you say that about me? And I couldn't figure out why I would be offended until one day a sister posted a comment on one of my postings back in 2011, like I said, because I posted about I was having this social anxiety and I was feeling this energy and it was overwhelming. I felt so overwhelmed in this poetic venue, and I just had to leave, and it was just, and once I left I felt relieved and I felt like I can breathe. And the sister told me, Tiff, I'm just going to paraphrase because it was like nearly 4 years ago. She basically said that I was you're an empath, you're a highly sensitive person, and that's a gift. You have that gift. You can feel people's energies, and I'm breaking down what this is. You know, a person like me who is an empath basically means that you feel energies, you feel people's vibes deeply, you feel other people's energies. Even through the computer, you can feel people's energies. You can feel people. You feel other people. You can read people like that. You know, you feel them. You know, you feel them within their soul. You feel it, and you can pick up that energy so easily. And sometimes picking up that kind of energy can be so overwhelming. You know, if it's a good energy from that particular person, of course you want to be around them, you know, because it's giving you life, and you know, and it's just, and it feels so good. But if you pick up a negative energy, an energy that's not so cool, you don't feel right about that person, and it's like something ain't right about them. Even if they come off cool, you're like, something ain't right. You just feel something within your soul. That can also be like a guts feeling too. You know, you can pick up that too, like, oh, I don't know, but you know, an empath can pick up a lot of different energies from other different people of all walks of life. And that brings the whole highly sensitive personality in them too. A person who's highly sensitive is a person who also, it's the same thing with being an empath, who feels deeply and is, I'm not this sensitive. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not some sensitive person who cries about every little goddamn thing under the sun. And there's nothing wrong with that if you do. So, that's not me. I'm a different kind of sensitive. I've been told that for years. Oh, you're so sensitive. You're so this. You're so that. I feel like I'm gonna walk on eggshells around you. I can't. You're such a person who's this and that, and it comes off very negative. And when you feel that, why would you want to be around that? Especially if it's people that has known you, that you think has known you for a long time. Even from your own family, they can say some shit like that. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it can be pretty hurtful. However, at the same time, it's actually a blessing, because you feel that person's energy. You know what kind of person they are. You know right away. I'm always known to be a good judge of character. Let me repeat that. I am always known to be a good judge of character. But sometimes when it comes to matters of the heart, you can be blind. You tend to overlook things, and I don't know. But a person who feels deeply does not need, let me just say this real quick. A person who feels deeply, a person who has this highly sensitive trait, who is an empath, who feels things like a psychic, they don't need to have a thicker skin. They don't. In fact, let me read a poem. Well, actually not a poem. Let me read a quote from one of my poems off of my first book. Okay? Just to really let y'all know what I was going through over 4 years ago. How do you tell an introverted empath that they need a thicker skin if their skin is a hypersensitive texture that absorbs energies and vibes like a sponge, especially if they are born that way? I do have a stronger layer. Or I should say I do have a strong layer, but maintaining it is a struggle. And that's a quote from one of my poems off of this book right here, Poetic Like Me. Damn, I just lost my place of what this poem, it's called a Comfortable Protective Shell. So it's off of my first book. And just to give y'all a shameless plug, if y'all want a copy of this, just, and want to make a donation, just comment, if you want. So, anywho, just from my own experience, me being an empath and a highly sensitive person, I had to learn that there's really no shame in that. There's really no shame in that if, in having that trait or two. There's nothing wrong with that. And also, it's okay if feel all these energies in one room and it's so overwhelming and you have to step away. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's too much, step away. And another thing about a person who is an empath and has HSP is that we tend to be like this a lot. We need to recharge ourselves. Being around all these energies, and I know I say energies a lot, but that's the truth. Being around a lot of personalities, different personalities and energies, whether it's good or bad or indifferent, can be very overwhelming, when you're surrounded by different people. So, sometimes we need to, not sometimes, all the time, us empaths need to step away real quick, fall back, and recharge for a minute. Recharging as in to take the time for ourselves and be a little bit on the introverted side. And that's another thing. I am an introvert, believe it or not. I know I have this personality like I do on YouTube, but I am truly an introverted person. That's another trait, you guys. I tend to just stay to myself. I like my peace, my solitude. And when I am surrounded by a lot of people, I need to and if it's good energy, I will want to be around it for a minute and then come back and be like, yes, these people, it gave me life. But sometimes even in good energy surroundings, it can really just, again, overwhelm you. And you just need to take a step back once again and just recharge for a minute. Just recharge and just chill for a minute. Just stay to yourself for maybe a few hours or a day or two until you feel ready to go back into the world and be surrounded by more people. So, and another thing about being these, having these traits is that artists, of course, this is so synonymous. Artists have these traits. A lot of artists do have, empathic energies and highly sensitive energies and introverted energies too. And of course, there are artists who are extroverts as well. I know on camera I tend to be a little bit extroverted, but again, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. But just for those who are empathic, for those who have highly sensitive personalities and feel things very deeply than anybody else. And, just to let you know, you're not alone. You are definitely not alone in this. I can speak for myself that I have been misunderstood by this thing that I've had for a long time. And of course, we just tend to look into things so deeply like we do because we can't help it. That's just who we are. It is what it is. And if people don't get you, don't understand you, the raw and real side would say, fuck them, leave them alone, because they will never know you. Go to hell, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For real. But no, from the calm, humble side, if they don't understand you, if they don't get you, then it's all good. Just move on. Just recharge. If they don't get you, then it's, and then you try to explain to them how you are and who you are, and they still don't get it, they still don't feel where you're coming from, then that's their loss. Their misunderstanding of you has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. It has nothing to do with you. That's their problem. I really look at it as, well, that's their problem. They don't get me. Oh, well, I know who I am. It doesn't matter what they say about me. It matters what I feel. And that's life. You know, it matters what I feel in my soul. You know, that's why I'm an artist. That's why I'm a poet. Because it's a good way to express how I feel as a person in the most deepest sense. Poetry is deep. So if they don't get it, and if people don't get your poetry, then somebody else will. You know, if people don't get your deeper side of you, then somebody else will. You know, not everybody's going to get you. That's another thing I had to learn. Not everybody's going to get you. I love it when people, honestly, I love it when people get me. You know, I love it when, people get my awkward side. Yes, that I have an awkward side. I'm awkward too. I'm that awkward black girl. I'm awkward. I am, an empath. I am a highly sensitive person. I am an introvert with a little bit of extrovertedness in me. I am all these things. I am. And I'm fucking proud of it. It is what it is, and you are not alone. If you need to take a breather from people, then you do that. If you feel something that's not right about somebody, follow that shit, because your gut and your empathic powers, superpowers, is telling you something. Okay? Don't overlook anything that you feel in your soul that is tapping into you. Okay? That is tapping into you deeply. There is nothing wrong with being that deep person. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. You don't have a problem. And if they don't fucking get you, then they can fucking kick rocks. Let them, that's their issue. That's their problem. It has nothing to do with you. Be you. Because I'm being me, honey. I am the rawest, real person. And sometimes, a person who is raw and real can care deeply. So, I am who I am, and it is what it is. And if you are that empathic person and a highly sensitive person, then be proud of that. There are so many articles about being that kind of person, and I will post some of them at the bottom. So it is what it is. I'm Poetic Old Soul, and I am an empath. I am a highly sensitive person. That's who I am. Poetic Old Soul signing out. Another video will be coming soon. And please remember to watch my last video, my poetic video. I am so shocked that a lot of people like this poem. People on Facebook love it. People on Tumblr love it. People love it. And it's a good way to make a comeback in the poetry world after having writer's block. But sometimes poetry can reveal who a person is that can inspire you to do this video. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Peace, you guys.